Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel, Oneforall.official. For those of you that don't know, my name's Coach Lou, so I welcome you to the channel first and foremost. And on this channel, it's each one teach one as we progress upon our journey. And you know already what it is we do, building that one-to-one relationship with Father God and Jesus Christ who we trust and serve. Well, that's to those of you anyway that is heading in that journey and in that direction. And that leads actually to today's subject. And today's subject is called Energy is the New Frequency. And that's right. And what I mean by that, energy is the new frequency, is this, yeah? One thing that I'm noticing more and more now, and I give you thanks, Father God, and I declare this on this channel, because it's aligning me more to show me that what I'm doing in terms of not only this channel, but fulfilling purpose in terms of what God has asked me to do. It is highlighting what carrying your cross means, when Jesus highlighted that those that serve unto him, yeah, would be separated from amongst them, and being separated would mean being singled out. And what I'm finding more and more now is people's energy towards us chosen ones. You'll be able to relate to this, yeah, to each and every one of you. I'm finding it's becoming more and more strange, and people are doing things which I don't think they intentionally want to do from the heart. And I don't actually sometimes understand why they put themselves in these positions to do things in the mannerism in terms of energy. And the only thing that I can sort of gravitate towards and think that this must be linked to is because of energy vampires, in terms of they feel the need to be in your presence still, even though they can't stand you or your frequency is too high for them, but they just need some of that energy of yours to be able to equip them to go on their way. But what I'm finding more and more is people that once used to be like, hi, how you doing, Coach Lou, this, and all of this sort of vibes and stuff, and act like they're for you. I'm finding more and more as I'm going up on this journey, the narrow path with Father God, that many people are showing their true colours. And their true colours are not always coming out by their actions. It's coming from the same thing that us chosen ones that we ask Father God for, and that is called spiritual discernment. And you know, with spiritual discernment, guys, for those of you that have been blessed to be able to have those type of gifts as well, it doesn't always just present itself in the way that people of the world will be able to see. Hence why one of the reasons, guys, for some of you who will be able to relate to this, I'm sure there's been scenarios when you've tried to say to maybe a spouse, a partner, a friend, an associate along the way, something weird was happening with somebody, and you was able to highlight and identify exactly what it was within that person. But when you express this information to somebody else, they turn around and suggest to you that you're almost going cuckoo, or you're tripping, or you're paranoid, or you're overthinking. But you know deep down that is not that. You know that God has blessed you and opened your eyes to something to be privy, and he's giving you a warning sign about that individual person. And the reason why I'm speaking about this particular subject today, guys, is energy is the new frequency, is because I just believe, like chosen ones upon this journey, you need to really tap into what it is that God is showing you about people, because everybody can hug people, everybody can pretend to love people. Even enemies of enemies love each other when they got something in common with each other. That was proven when Jesus, yeah, before he went to the cross. If you remember, for those of you who are Bible scholars, you will recall that King Herod, yeah, and the actual Jews at the time, the Pharisees and them, sorry, not King Herod, apologies. It was actually the Roman governor. Yeah, correct. And it was the actual Jews. They didn't even see eye to eye or get on or any of these things. But what happened is there was a free link up there that came about. So it did come about that each and every one of them had something all in common. And that's how King Herod then stepped into place, because he ended up building an alliance with the same person who he couldn't stand. But the only reason why they built the alliance was because the common dominator who they had and they wanted to get out of there was Jesus. And it's the same thing that happens with us guys in terms of energy being the frequency of other people. We're able to sense when something doesn't quite align or sit right. And it is often based on if the shoe fits, you wear it. So what happens is a lot of people feel very triggered by what you have to say, or how you act, or how you deliver what it is that you say. And it's not that they have an issue with what you say. The problem is when they look in the mirror, it reflects them, and they think that you're personally speaking to them. So the next time when you come into contact with that person, they treat you like as if like you're trying to slander them or saying something about them. This time you're just trying to do what Coach Lou's doing here, which is just to encourage those, like each one teach one, the chosen ones, and those that God has called divinely upon this narrow path journey, not intended for an individual target, but they just seem to feel that, the shoes fit. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Anyway, I just wanted to have a discussion about that today, guys, because I do believe that energy is the new frequency, and I just wanted to give you a word of encouragement to stay guarded up and be very aware of those that are trying to milk the system with you guys upon your purpose and journey, understanding that energy is the new frequency. So you'll end up feeling drained for the wrong reasons. And it's about being smart within this time frame and knowing when to utilize your purposes for what it's intended for, and knowing when to say no as well. Because it's okay to say no and love people from a distance. That's how it has to be, because that's what it's going to take for you to be able to retain and maintain, yeah, your freedom of mind. So your mind field, which is your mind, doesn't get corrupted by the adversary and his tricks and his deceitful minions that he uses to try and target you. Anyway, guys, as always, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And have a blessed week wherever you are. Peace.